Ah, Twitter.com. My eternal nemesis, and the nemesis of Yugists everywhere. I'm Gleaming Garmore, and today, I'm gonna teach Twitter how to Pendulum Summon. Now you see, for years, like ever since the mechanic came out, and even long after it was irrelevant, people would just point at a pendulum monster, and they would complain. They would complain, and they would cry, and they would scream, and they would go, "Wah, I don't get it because it's different." We're not going to do that today. Instead, first, I'm going to explain what a pendulum monster is, and then I'm going to show you how to conduct a pendulum summon. So first of all, a pendulum monster is denoted by its two colored border and its two effect text boxes. It's essentially half a monster and half a spell. There are times when you can summon it as a monster, and there are times where you can activate it as a spell card. That's not that hard. What a pendulum summon is it's something that uses these pendulum scales on the side of the card. And you need two pendulum monsters in order to do it. And, contrary to popular belief, more than pendulum monsters can be pendulum summoned. But we'll get into that in a second. Now, funnily enough, Master Duel includes a pendulum summoning tutorial that a lot of the people who go on the internet and complain just didn't play. So we'll find it. It's in solo mode, and then you go to Duel Strategy. So you click on Duel Strategy, and then you just go to this tutorial right here and play it. It's really that easy. They teach you about pendulum summoning. And because I know that you might just be not in the mood to play it yourself, I'll play it for you right here. I'll do it. What are pendulum summons? This is a summoning method that allows you to special summon multiple monsters at the same time. Pendulum monsters are marked with special numbers called a pendulum scale, which is important for pendulum summoning. They also have pendulum effects that can be used when they are treated as spell cards. During the main phase, you activate two pendulum monsters from your hand by placing them in the leftmost and rightmost spell and trap card zone. And then you can special summon as many monsters as you want from your hand as long as their levels are between the scales. So with a 1 to 8, you can pendulum summon levels 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Pendulum summons differ from other methods because you can only do them once a turn. Now, we're going to try out a pendulum summon to try and win the game. We activate a pendulum monster as a spell card by just putting it in our pendulum zone. We've got two pendulum scales here, Dragon Pit Magician and Dragon Pulse Magician, a scale 1 and a scale 8. So we activate Dragon Pulse, and then we activate Dragon Pit, and they are spell cards right now. They are not monsters. These were not summons. That's not what a pendulum summon is. A pendulum summon is what we're about to do right now. We declare a pendulum summon and can summon any number of monsters from our hand whose levels are between the scales. So we summon Odd Eyes Dragon and perform a Pal Sleight Hand Magician. And that's it. That's a pendulum summon. That is literally all it takes for you to perform a pendulum summon. Is you put two cards in the scale, and then you summon things that are between them in level. Now, if you would please spread this video around, please don't let Twitter keep making posts about how pendulum monsters are too complicated and that's why they quit the game. Because the other thing about them is that you're not likely to see a pendulum monster for like 1 in 30 games. For the amount of times that they come up and are relevant, people complain about them way more. And that's why I'm making this video. Now, please Twitter, learn how to pendulum summon.